Week 1 required consistency. It was a tight path. For this week, and maybe the next 2 weeks, I will focus on the kana, hiragana, katakana, dakyun, hanakyun, and a combo kana, yuen. This is building the foundation of my Japanese learning. Here is my report card for the week. I give myself a A minus this week. And the reason for that minus is actually the most important lesson I learned. I will talk about it more in the reflection portion later in the video. I accomplished a 7-day streak of spending more than 1 hour a day studying Japanese. I memorized the hiragana chart and was able to write it down from memory with no difficulties. I also spent adequate time in vocabulary learning, listening, and speaking. So the challenge for next week is katakana. All right, today I'm going to review the hiragana to see how much I remembered from the last time I had worked on it, um, maybe a couple months ago. I stopped, so now let's see. A, I, U, E, O, Ka, Hi, Ku, Ke, Ko. So far, so good. Sa, Shi, Si, S, So, Ta, Chi, Ci, Te, Do, Na, Ni, Nu, Ne, No. That's half. All right. Not bad. Second half. Ha, He, Fu, He, Ho, Ma, Mi, Mu, Me, Mo. I'm faulting, I can't remember. Ya, Yu, You, You, Ra, Li, Ru, Le, Lo, Wa, O. Mm. Okay, the first half was not bad. The second half was pretty bad. So let's see what was the correct one. A I U E O ka ki ku ke ko sa shi si se so ta chi ci te do na na ni nu ne no. These are pretty good, relatively speaking. Ha hi fu he ho ma mi mu me mo mo ya i u ra li lu re ro wa o. Mm. Okay, so I have to um, keep working on it, and I'm not gonna even try the katakana. It's just working on this one for this week, and try to get all the hiragana correct. Then moving on to the katakana um, to see how that goes. Study Japanese always starts with kanas, and I think there are three levels to reach when you're actually studying kanas to master it. The first level is obviously when you see a kana or character, and you will be able to pronounce it, or you hear a sound of the kana and you'll be able to write it. Now, there may be some sort of time delay in between your association, but that's the first step. The second step, or the second level, is you have to memorize them by columns or rows as a whole, because the position of the kana has its meaning, not just for the sound. It's in the grammar, in how the verb conjugate, especially the roles. They have very important roles. So the second level, you have to memorize them in by rows or by columns. A, I, U, E, O, ka, ki, ku, ke, ko, a, ka, sa, ta, na, like that. And the third level is very critical, and a lot of people couldn't do well in learning Japanese is because they never actually reached to that level. And that level is, I call it instant recall, which means when you see a kana, you the sound immediately popped up in your mind. Vice versa, when you hear a sound, then you need to be able to write it up immediately. There's no association process in your mind. You have to write it. It's just like the muscle memory for sports. You have to practice into to that level. Then this will build a solid foundation for vocabularies, grammar, everything. So to practice the first level, there's different ways of doing this, and you can find the videos on YouTube and books and blogs, everything. And most common thing is using flashcards. You put a kana on the front, then you have the romaji on the back, which is the Western pronunciation. Then you just practice. This is called the method of rote, um, by repetition. The other way is memorizing by association with some sort of vivid pictures in your mind. And how to do it, then you have to be creative. For example, if you say ah, then you say, oh, this is a like an apple, right? It's apple. A. So it's A, starting with apple, start with A, but it's pronounced as R. So it's R, so it's apple. Or you have like U, it's more like a person, heavy burden and bend it over so that, oh, so that sound as like heavy burden. Or you have a like moo. Moo is like this. This is more like a cow or something. I can't really draw, but you got an idea. It's like something like that. Or like you, it's more like a yo-yo, right? You have a yo-yo. So it's a vivid image association. That's the secret of memorizing the kana at the very beginning. She, like a fish. You say, oh, this is a sushi, then I have a fish, something like that. It's a hook, right? So something like that. Like food. So this is like fun. It's F, right? So it's funny face. So this is more like a funny face with two eyes, uh, something like that. So this is a nose. This is a funny eyes. So it's a face, right? So it's a face. Um, all these you have to be creative and find the image that you like and you're comfortable with it, and to memorize. So this is the first step. Then after that, then you have to go back to the chart and memorize by rows. So after the week of practice, I was able to memorize um, the kana chart, the hiragana chart, pretty much 100% by row or by columns. And I'm start working on the katakana, uh, maybe only the first through three columns, but that's I'm starting for this week. So the third level, I'm still have some distance to reach, and that was my idea about my grade is A minus is the minus part. The minus part is I haven't reached to that level yet, but I think it's a very important lesson to learn is you have to have reached to that level, but that may take a few times to reach to that level. For the practice to reach level 3, I think there is an app called Kana. It's very useful for you to practice. Um, and the longer you practice, the shorter response time you will have when you see a kana or hear a sound of a kana. Um, Let me just show you how to do it. So there's when you open up, you can either see the table, the kana table, or just practice on it. I have it mm, downloaded on both my iPhone and iPad. So whenever I have time, I just practice on it. And you can choose, like for now, I'm only choose the hiragana. You can add a katakana and all the koen and then hana koen, yuen. You can add all these into the mix. But for now, for illustration, I'm just using the hiragana. All right, so do next. And it has the character or the kana to the sound or the sound to the writing. So you can choose which way. And you can select the number you want to practice on. So for the illustration, let's just do 10, right? So okay. So this give me a 10 to 10 out of 10. So when you started, it can be really so you have to think about it, and but eventually The goal is to you don't even think about it. When you see it, you just press it, and that make it very fast. And you can do the other one. So when you hear a sound, then you just choose the writings. So this is a very nice and the app I liked very much. Let's talk about Anki Deck. Anki is a open source application. They made application on desktop and also on iPhones and Android phones. So it used the technology called a spaced repetition. So for the ones that you think you remembered, they're gonna spaced out. So have more time for you to sort of memorize it. And then for the ones that you think is difficult, that they're going to repeat more frequently. Um, so you can actually make your own decks if you want to, but also they have a lot of shared decks you can download. Um, Majority of them are free, and some of them they charge fees. You can pick and choose from the called Anki web. You have to open a free account, then you can choose from various topics. For example, here I like the topics of Japanese, so you can just click on it, and it has all these public shared decks. If I'm only interested in N5, I can just type N5, and then I have all these N5. The one I downloaded is a uh, shared one called Ultimate JLPTN5 Vocabulary Deck 1.5, and I think it's fit for me at this moment. And it comes with a over 1,000 vocabularies for the N5 level. So for this one, Anki normally display a default of 20 cards every day. So you can walk through it, then also review the previous days. Depends on how far you have set from the previous days. But I choose a little bit less to display because my goal was only for 800 words, so I don't want it to make it too fast. So if you can change it here on the 10 preset is from 20 default to 10 or even less if you want to, then you just save it. And when you start this deck, you just say, okay, we have 10 new cards, and right now it's running zero because I haven't started yet. And then there's 39 cards from the previous days that I have to review them. So we can start. Yellow, Ileru, Ileru, put in, to put in, to put in. This is a new one. So for me, this is less than 10. It's good. Good. E, Yoi, Yoi. Okay, this one I remember. Le, le, ye, we, we's above, we above, above. Usi, 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 usi. Sing, usi, 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 usi. You, you. So you can see this is the number is reduced, starting reducing from 10 to 9, and 3 means I studied. This is increasing, this is reducing, this is reducing. Um, so once we getting these two are getting to 0, that means we're done for the deck for the day. Okay, now we are fast forward to, we only have one new card in the deck and run the 10. Then 6 is in review. So idai, itai, itai, painful, itai. Isha, ishai, ishai. Medical doctor, ishai. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Unpleasant, unpleasant. C, C. Umi, 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 umi. Iro. So umi is the new one. So now the new cards is from 1 to 0. There's no more new cards. And there are 3 still review plus the one we just see, umi, utau, utau, sing. Okay. Now when we finish everything, then it will say, okay, the deck's finished for today. So you can wait for the next day. I also use Anki deck to keep my short conversational sentences I learned in there, so I can using the spaced repetition to remember them. Just like the kanas, those short sentences I also need a muscle memory, so I can just uh, speak it out when the situation comes without thinking. Just have to memorize them, become part of your sort of thinking. So here's my deck of the sentences. I actually put the English on the front of each card, then the Japanese on the back of the card. Then I have a plugin to link to the Google Translator pronunciation, so the Japanese can have a sound with it. So excuse me, sumimasen. So it come with it very nicely. Ohayo gozaimasu. Watarimashita. Iie. Konnichiwa. Oyasumi nasai. Gochitomo sama deshita. Sukure shimasu. Ramen wa arimashita. Itadashimasu. Arigatou gozaimasu. Gomen nasai. Toire wa doko desu ka? Hajimemashite. Genki Book 1, Version 3 is the one I choose for studying Japanese grammar. But for the first week and maybe the second, third week, I'm going to focus on the kanas, the hiragana, katakana, etc. So I'm not really get into the grammar yet. And it also, the book also has some kanas and general ideas about language. So I'm gonna do some reviewing on these before I actually start doing the actual lesson. So right now you can see the lesson. Before the lesson starts, there's some general ideas about the Japanese language. So for this week, I'm sort of skipping it. The other one is the shadowing. The shadowing, I have a audio source I can follow, and this is the actual book. I'm doing it this week, but very little, only for like 5 to 8 minutes, because again the focus is going to be on kanas. So, but in the following weeks, I will start getting introduced more on these, source about how I learn, and report the progress I made. So follow along, and I will see you in next week. Another thing that I shared in my first video is about uh, different saved locations on my Google Map. Either it's a sort of culture site, or it's a restaurant, or anything interests me. I just saved on the Google Map, so you can actually go in there and find like in Tokyo, there's a lot of the interest sites. And also I started learning Japanese history and some other cultural events. So I will share more informations on those learnings in the future videos. Like this is the bilingual atlas, and I have like um, the regions and prefectures, and a particularly place I interested in. I will sort of write them down and share with you guys, and see if you are also interested in them. But for this video, I don't have time to do it. But starting from next video, I will share some more on those things.